Cancer.
Lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
Did you just move to Southwest Florida to escape high taxes and failed liberal policies? You've made the right choice. Welcome to 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Smart is gorgeous storm screens and windows, custom made. Smart is the cure for the common shutter. Smart is a year-round solution. Smart is calling Storm Smart at 855-365-SMART or visit stormsmart.com today. Smart is beautiful.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right,
Democrats
all along.
keep trying. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, still pushing an election reform plan. President Biden said on Martin Luther King Day,
Dr. King held a mirror up to America and forced us to answer the question, where do we stand? Whose side are we on?
He says they need to act to counter voting reforms in Republican-led states, but the attempt this week to change Senate rules to get around GOP opposition is not uniting Democrats.
Once again, moderate Democratic Senators Manchin and Sinema are feeling the heat from colleagues. Both have spoken out against changing filibuster rules. Senator Bernie Sanders tweeted in part, quote, will 50 Democrats vote to override the filibuster, protect American democracy, and pass the bill? Or will Manchin and Sinema vote with the GOP and let the bill die? Now, Republicans argue that the proposed voting reform measure is a way of federal takeover for state elections.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff, a potential pro-life victory at a federal appeals court in the battle over Texas's abortion law. That court sent the case to Texas's Supreme Court, which has a Republican majority. The U.S. Attorney General and others challenging the law that bans most abortions when a fetal heartbeat is detected as early as 6 weeks claim it's unconstitutional. Also in Texas, the British national who held 4 people hostage in that synagogue standoff Saturday had been staying in homeless shelters in recent weeks.
The ordeal ended after 11 hours when the final 3 hostages ran out of the synagogue, being chased to the door by the gunman. The FBI then breached the building. There was gunfire and the suspect was dead. The rabbi gave credit to the police and the active gunman training he and other synagogue leaders received due to a rise in anti-Semitism.
Fox's Dan Springer, a Monday night football first, an NFL playoff game.
Loft one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down. Touchdown.
The Los Angeles Rams routed the Arizona Cardinals 34-11 on ESPN, joining 7 other teams in the next playoff round this weekend. America's listening to Fox News.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Lehigh Acres. Road's starting to get busy, and we have a disabled vehicle on Lee Boulevard right off of Homestead Road near Williams Avenue, just south of Lehigh Park. If you're heading that direction, I'm not seeing any major slowdowns. Delays, though, along Noble Avenue, crossing over between Leonard Boulevard and State Road 82. toward Gateway High School in the intersection of Griffin Drive. Getting a little busy as well on Sunshine Boulevard heading southbound between 23rd Street Southwest and State Road 82. And Alabama Road southbound seeing some slight delays approaching 82 as well. I-75 all clear at 41 running up to speed for your highway commute in and out of Fort Myers and heading farther south through Naples. Not seeing any major problems on the roads. Crash and incident free across Collier and Charlotte counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start we had this morning, lots of sunshine can be expected for today with blue sky. Despite that, though, highs will be below average. Most of us only topping off in the upper 60s by this afternoon, with winds persisting out of the north and east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into this evening and tonight, we keep with a nice clear sky that'll allow for another cold start to your Wednesday morning with a low near 48 degrees. But we will be looking at a nice rebound back into middle 70s by tomorrow afternoon. A high of 76 for your Wednesday, mostly sunny with the high back to near 80 by Thursday under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 Back.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 Back. 596 Back. That's 596-2225.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. So trust our teams at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $200 off a panel replacement.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast on Rumble as well, subscribing to our channel. Please do that. We do appreciate it. Keeping warm in the studio here. I saw some 40s on my dashboard this morning, driving in. Very nice. I'm wearing a turtleneck today, probably the only day I'd be able to do that. Pretty impressive, right? You like the turtleneck if you're watching? I mean, I'm asking Jake. I'm not asking you, but I'm asking Jake because he's looking at me and I'm not sure.
You look very spiffy.
I look spiffy, right? Thank you. I think turtlenecks do that to people. It's just, and it is odd that people would be so willing to wear a shirt that is being described as the neck of a turtle, which I always thought was interesting, right? You know, this is something you wear and it's clearly it's doing this to your neck with cloth and it's described as a turtleneck and everybody goes out and is like, yeah, that's a beautiful turtleneck. You know,
I think it's because giraffe neck just doesn't sound
Well,
right.
I'm just like, for example, if somebody said, man, I'll tell you what, that's a fantastic pair of pig bottoms you're wearing. Like, nobody would, right? It would be, would you really run out to wear a pair of pig bottoms? I'm just asking. Listen, we got to start Tuesday in some way. I mean, Tuesday's always that weird day. It's not Monday. It's not the beginning of the week. It's not Wednesday, not the middle of the week where people are like, hang in there, baby. It's coming up soon. And then Thursday's the day before Friday, and Friday's an amazing day. It's Jake Day. So Tuesday is sort of left out in the cold. And that's why we bring up pig bottoms. All right, 239-479-5592. All right, coming up this morning, what are we going to discuss? How about the fact that maybe there are some people, the youths of America, maybe the millennials, maybe the Gen Zs, right? Gen Zs, what do they consider? If you're 16, 18, 20 years old, if you're the TikTok generation, what are you considered?
I call them Zoomers.
Zoomers, okay. Zoomers, TikTokers, the TikTok generation, whatever you want to say. I think, Jake's going to love this because I forgot to play this yesterday. I think the TikTok generation is starting to catch on a little bit. Where all those bad things that go on TikTok, like yesterday we talked about the NyQuil chicken, which is disgusting and harmful, and how people are doing that. And then there's some kind of Betty White challenge. I don't know what that is, but Betty White is she's no longer with us, everybody. We got to move on. There is this new thing out on TikTok, a girl who is starting to catch on to the fact of taxes and how taxes work in this country. And it is amazing and fun to hear what appears to be a 16-year-old saying, wait a minute, I'm just catching on to the whole paying taxes thing and how we pay taxes. And I got questions. So we're going to get to that. Did you see it? It's huge. I
haven't seen it.
Oh, you're going to love it. Wait till you hear the audio. It's brilliant. So we'll have that coming up. Also, coming up this morning, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond's going to join us at 8:05, and we're going to talk about some of the local issues, including the fact that I guess yesterday he had a chance to fly over some of the damage from that EF2 tornado that ran through Southwest Florida, and Lee County specifically, to see that. So we'll get a report on that and some other things that are going on with the county, and also have to do with not just taxes, but how your money's being spent. Think about this for a second. If you live in Lee County, if you live in Collier County, and you're paying your taxes, you're going through your day, you're trying to pay when it comes to fuel and your groceries. Inflation is touching you in so many different ways. There's no negative numbers when it comes to inflation. Everything seems to be going up, up, up. Well, guess what? Lee County, Collier County, Charlotte, Glades, Hendry, every county, municipality has to pay bills as well. And their money has to be stretched because they're getting hit with inflation as well. Let's not forget that part of it. So what are we doing as a county? How are they able to do what they need to do to service the community? And are they able to keep our taxes down, knowing full well that we're all in the same boat here, feeling that sting of higher prices? So we'll get to that on the way. Yesterday was exactly what you thought it was going to be. Yesterday being MLK Day, many people taking a moment, and hopefully you did take a moment even with your kids personally to sit down and talk about the legacy of Martin Luther King and the I Have a Dream speech, and sit down and talk about the specifics of where we were that moment in time and where we are now. And if you're a Democrat, you just use it to your ability so that you can push for things like voting rights, which you're claiming are the ability for people to vote and the ability for people to be able to do it without there being something going on that would be nefarious because of Republicans. We got to do anything and everything we can. So even though President Joe Biden, who has said some remarkable things and has not paid a price for it, some remarkable things. A week ago, Joe Biden wants to let everybody know that if you don't agree with him, if you don't agree with changing Senate rules, changing the filibuster's Senate rules, and if you don't agree with the federalization of our voting process in this country, the idea that the federal government should have control over our voting rights and the vote, and how, well, not constitutional, but also how dangerous that is. If you're not on board, well, then you're a racist, right? Then you're no better than Bull Connor and George Wallace and, Jefferson Davis, all Democrats. Hey, did I mention that they were Democrats? Hey, Democrats, did I mention all those names? They were all Democrats. Okay, anyway, but just push that aside for a second. That you're just as bad as they are. No consequences. There'll be people that will protect him. I mean, some were a little outraged over it, kind of feigned a little bit of outrage because, you don't want to go that far, but certainly had no problem with Joe Biden during the 2020 election cycle saying these very words about Martin Luther King and comparing him to George Floyd.
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
Can I play that again for anybody who missed that back from 2020, going back in time, back? I'm old enough to remember 2020. Jake is old enough to remember 2020. And these words from Joe Biden, again, can I play this for you again?
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
No consequences, nothing. Everybody's cool with that. You're all feeling good about that, right? Even Jake shaking his head like, wait a minute, did he really say that? Yeah, that's not an impersonation. That really is the president of the United States who said that. So let's remember that. But no, actually, let's not. Let's talk about other things. So on the heels of that, you've got other people now who are trying to make the case that along with the president of the United States, you got to do something. You got to take this opportunity, MLK Day, to absolutely go after anyone who doesn't want to go along with the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. And if you don't, you're a racist, and we're going to use every platform that we can, saying some of the most outrageous things. Here's one of the most well, not most, but one of the outrageous things that were said yesterday, in case you missed it. Let me see if I can find it. It looks like I missed it. All right, no, it was, let's see, do I have it? It's the governor of the state of New York yesterday who said some pretty humorous things. And now I lost it. Look at this. The computer refreshed and off it goes. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Okay. So the governor of the state of New York was making a speech yesterday, and she was comparing the fact that we have issues with voting in this country and comparing it to COVID and the many deaths of COVID. And it was just a weird comparison. I don't know. I got to find it. And when I do, I'll pull it up. I can't believe that it disappeared. Actually, I do, because it's technology. And Jake's shaking his head because it's the computers in this building. That's not nice, but it's a fact. All right. But also, you had Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, who yesterday also wanted to use MLK Day, and flanked by family members of Martin Luther King, as well as Congressional Black Caucus Chair Joyce Beatty, gave a press conference and said, well, listen, again, going back to the whole idea of filibusters and if you're not with us, then you're racist. And so what exactly did Nancy Pelosi say? I know it's not the way you necessarily want to wake up, but here you go.
Nothing less is at stake than our democracy. This is about suppressing the vote. It's about nullifying the elections, which Dr. King talked about that day. Nullifying the election. It's about just doing so many things to be obstacles to participation. That's wrong. The truth is, that's wrong.
Okay, there are no obstacles to participation in any of the reforms that have been happening in states across the country who want to make sure that it is easily accessible and fair, and are trying to keep some of the nefarious individuals that have been around when it comes to the elections in this country, want to keep that out. Oh, and by the way, there is some news of the continuing saga of corruption in the 2020 election. Yeah, there's more news on that, but we're not allowed to talk about that. No. Everything was clean as the wind-driven snow. 542 million Americans voted for Joe Biden as president of the United States for a lot of different reasons.
I got hairy legs.
May have been one of them. I don't know. I don't know your type or how you act when it comes to people like that. But the point is is that Nancy Pelosi went there and was saying nullifying the votes and counting votes. And what else did she say on that one?
It's about nullifying the elections, which Dr. King talked about.
Okay, nobody's trying to nullify elections, but that is an interesting narrative. Nullifying elections. There's a story about that coming up. More detail on the way about how Democrats now have found their new approach to the 2022 elections, the 24 elections, maybe even elections moving forward. And if we can destroy people's confidence in the election process, well, then it really becomes a banana republic. Then it really does become what Democrats are hoping for, a Marxist, progressive, liberal society that they're trying to create. Because if we don't have belief in our voting system, then we're in a lot of trouble. All right, so what else did she say? And here is the money shot, if you will. Here is Nancy Pelosi doing what Nancy Pelosi does, being completely ridiculous. Okay, so here we go.
If you really, truly want to honor Dr. King, don't dishonor him by using a congressional custom as an excuse for protecting our democracy. We have no right to honor this family, to visit the monument. Imagine 36 years old, left this earth in such a way that he has a monument on the mall along with Abraham Lincoln.
And let me just stop there before we go on. So, okay, if you really truly want to honor Dr. King, don't dishonor him by using a congressional custom as an excuse for protecting democracy. Yeah, the Constitution and what we've been doing, and maybe even the rule of law, and what has been something that has been used many, I'm looking at my watch, many times by Democrats, and not too long ago when it comes to filibusters and filibustering, and it's useful for them when they're the ones that are in the minority and they can use it to their advantage, but when they're not getting their way, oh, no, it's about disrespecting Dr. King's name and dishonoring him. Yeah, I know. It's a
bowl of doggy doo.
All right, well, moving on. So what else did she say? And here you go.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them with tears in their eyes for the departure from our democracy that is happening right now, unless the truth is acknowledged and this legislation is passed.
Oh, all right. So you've got George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson with tears in their eyes. Right now, as we speak, they're teary-eyed. It's the monuments. The monuments are teary-eyed, Jake. It's like there's tears running down the monuments' eyes. It's just unbelievable how that happens. By the way, do we want to keep those monuments? I'm just wondering because, when it comes to Democrats, when it comes to, progressives and liberals and how they want to get rid of all kinds of monuments, Robert E. Lee, any kind of bust down in Fort Myers. Hey, are we going to change the name of Lee County because everything has completely gone downtown as far as the bust of Robert E. Lee, and now even the pedestal that it was on is gone as well. And so, but I digress.
In such a way that he had...
Hold on a second. I digress. I hit my computer by accident. But now it is the tears in their eyes because we have not passed the voting rights bill. The Democrats are an interesting bunch. But let's just say this, that they've got a plan. When they keep talking about the Voting Rights Acts and how we have to pass it and we have to get rid of the filibuster and how they're going to get rid of something right now, that be careful what you wish for, because if some way, shape, or form you're trying to plan and twist and do something when it comes to changing filibuster rules to get your way, and Republicans come along and well, the Republicans won't do anything. They're weak. It doesn't matter, even if it's getting back to the moorings of the Constitution, but I digress. There is a plan. There is something in place right now that they're trying to accomplish. And when we come back, and by the way, yeah, my call screen, just to say, in just a little bit, we'll come back and talk about what the plan is. Because there is a plan, believe it or not, that Democrats do have a major election lie that they are pushing. They have a plan on what they want at least half the country to believe. and to feel like are the facts, the truth when it comes to elections in this country, and how if a Republican wins, you just can't be secure that that's true. No, I'm not kidding, and I'll give you the proof. All right, Mel's in Cape Coral. I wanted to take Mel's call before we go to break. Good morning, Mel. How are you?
Hey, doing good, Drew. Good morning, brother. Hey, I just wanted to say I don't want people to get confused. Whenever the Democrat Party is invoking Dr. King, whenever they invoke all of these narratives, Jim Crow 2.0, they make it appear as though this Freedom to Vote Act has anything of relevance to do with black voting. I can tell you since 2008 as a black man, I have never had an issue with voting. I've never had an issue with having to wait in line just like everyone else. And it's amazing to me that it seems like you need a ID to eat at McDonald's, but they really want to push a false narrative that it's okay to not have an ID to vote. Most black folks are okay with voter ID. This is just a made-up lie, and unfortunately they use the birthday of Dr. King, which also is the birthday of Muhammad Ali. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. They use that sickening narrative to make it seem as if it's racist, even against people like Byron Donalds. If you want to see real racism, you go to Representative Donalds' Twitter page and you will see some of the most bigoted white liberals on there down-talking this black man about how to honor Dr. King. And it's sickening that people like them are now comfortable because they feel they have a better authority on Dr. King than even a black man. And so I just want to make that point clear that most black folks recognize that this voter ID, this voter law that the Democrat Party is pushing has nothing to do with black people and their right to vote.
Yeah. Well, and listen, Mel, we've got to run, and thanks for the call. I appreciate it, my friend. Have a great day. And listen, it's sad that Democrats would use Martin Luther King Day to do what they're doing, but that's what you would expect. I mean, you would expect anything different when you have people that would say you never let opportunities go to waste, a crisis go to waste, all kinds of things go. Who said that? It was Hillary Clinton's camp, right? But the point is that there is a plan here in place. Like there is an operative plan on what they want to have happen months from now. Not just on a national level, but at a local and state level. Because listen, anything that they're talking about or planning at a national level, you better believe that at a local and state level that there are people that are going to pick up on this and desire to try to at least in certain areas of the state make this happen. And I'll explain what that is coming up. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street reopens in a few hours after being closed for Monday's Martin Luther King holiday. With record Omicron caseloads, the nation's pharmacies are struggling to keep up with demand due to worker shortages.
Worker shortages are especially acute among pharmacy technicians, the staffing personnel who count pills and make sure patients get the right medications. But heightened job pressures due to COVID is leading some to find jobs with better pay and working conditions in other health fields, like radiation and nuclear medicine, where pay is double.
That's Fox's Jerry Willis. A nonprofit organization in Arkansas is offering tech workers $10,000 in Bitcoin to relocate to the state. That organization's the Northwest Arkansas Council, funded by the Walton Family Foundation. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dardagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dardagroup.com. That's dardagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
This is a tornado on the ground.
Southwest Florida wakes up to dangerous weather and turns to Wink, the weather authority.
My priority is everyone at home. Please take this very seriously.
Trust Matt Devitt and Wink to keep you up to the minute.
This is why you want to hunker down and stay away from windows.
When every minute matters.
Now I want to provide some good news. You are done. 100% of Southwest Florida is out of a threat area.
Wink News is the weather authority.
Tonight on the CW. Clark. There's something stopping Superman dead in his tracks.
Superman, are you okay?
What was that?
I've been having visions.
And it's all in his head.
This last one I heard screaming.
Get ready to see what it all means.
Did it sound like a planet being destroyed? We have a major problem.
Catch an incredible new Superman and Lois right before an all-new Naomi tonight on the CW.
Tonight starting at 8 on the CW.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Wink News, traffic.
Out on Alligator Alley, dealing with a crash at mile marker 92 with a little bit of right lane road blockage. You got a couple of emergency vehicles and law enforcement out there trying to get that crash cleared, heading in the eastbound direction towards State Road 29 and the exit 80. But mile marker 92, at least you can pass by that crash scene in the eastbound direction. No other problems across the Naples area, but in Immokalee, we are dealing with a crash on Lake Trafford Road near Titus Lane. That crash does have injuries reported. So you'll see law enforcement there, possible roadblock as well. I-75 looking quiet across Fort Myers early on this morning, and no problems out on our area bridges in and out of Cape Coral and North Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start we had this morning, lots of sunshine can be expected for today with blue sky. Despite that, though, highs will be below average. Most of us only topping off in the upper 60s by this afternoon, with winds persisting out of the north and east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into this evening and tonight, we keep with a nice clear sky that'll allow for another cold start to your Wednesday morning with a low near 48 degrees. But we will be looking at a nice rebound back into middle 70s by tomorrow afternoon. A high of 76 for your Wednesday, mostly sunny with the high back to near 80 by Thursday under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Most people don't know this, but in Southwest Florida, your air conditioner is designed for an outdoor temperature of about 92 degrees and the indoor temperature at 75. Well, oddly enough, it gets hotter than that in Florida in the summertime. That means that part of the year, your air conditioner is too small by design. It's the correct size for the house, but in the summertime it seems to struggle for a little while in the afternoon, which may be very normal. So don't panic. Use a NATE certified mechanic to find out the truth and make sure your machine is sized correctly. Bigger is not better in this business. The right size is the right size. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
This is a tornado on the ground.
Southwest Florida wakes up to dangerous weather and turns to Wink, the weather authority.
My priority is everyone at home. Please take this very seriously.
Trust Matt Devitt and Wink to keep you up to the minute.
This is why you want to hunker down and stay away from windows
when every minute matters.
Now I want to provide some good news. You are done. 100% of Southwest Florida is out of a threat area.
Wink News is the weather authority.
Tonight on the CW.
Clark.
There's something stopping Superman dead in his tracks.
Superman, are you okay?
What was that?
I've been having visions.
And it's all in his head.
This last one I heard screaming.
Get ready to see what it all means.
Did it sound like a planet being destroyed? We have a major problem.
Catch an incredible new Superman and Lois right before an all-new Naomi tonight on the CW.
Tonight starting at 8 on the CW.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like. And guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the safety, the style. And that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life. And my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
It's the 55th Annual Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 20th to Sunday, January 23rd, in 2 great locations, on land at the Naples Airport and in water at the Naples City Dock. Check out nearly 150 exhibitors from around the world with boats of every type and style, from flats boats, center console, and bay boats to cabin cruisers, yachts, and mega yachts. Plus, check out great deals on a wide variety of accessories, equipment, gear, and services for boaters at the nautical market, as well as food trucks and fun kids activities all weekend long. There's something for everyone at the Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 20th to Sunday, January 23rd. On land at South Terminal parking at the Naples Airport and in water at Naples City Dock. Enjoy free parking at the Naples Airport and trolley transportation to and from the Naples Airport and Naples City Dock. Kids are free with a paid accompanying adult. For more information or to buy tickets in advance, log on to naplesboatshow.org. That's naplesboatshow.org. The 55th Annual Naples Boat Show, hosted by the Marine Industries Association of Collier County.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The thing that was frustrating was we were all frantically trying to get her off, and she was on top of her car taking selfies. We got her to shore, and that's why in one of the videos you see me, and I feel bad now, like we pulled her in. As soon as she was to shore, I just let go and walked to shore just to cool down because she was smiling ear to ear. And as soon as she got to shore, I said, look, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, that was fun. And I don't think she realizes how lucky she is.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. This is a driver in Canada who had to be saved by rescuers after rescue workers. Sorry. She drives her car into a river. She breaks through a barrier. The car goes into the river and it breaks through the ice in the water. So the car is sinking into the water. She gets out of the car, gets on the back of the hood. They show up and she's taking selfies of herself standing on the trunk of the car in the river, in the ice, while the rescuers are like, we're trying to save you. And that was the rescuer, one of the guys, Zachary King. He's like, they get her to shore. He's like, he has to walk away and cool down. He's like, do you realize you almost lost your life? And she's like, no, everything was fine. She's standing there on the trunk of the car taking selfies.
Maybe for insurance purposes.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's all it was. It was a defective car. It was and the car was yellow, by the way, so that you can clearly spot it in the water. And maybe that's what it is. It's a yellow vehicle issue because there's not many yellow cars out there. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what her thinking could possibly be. Taking selfies. It reminds me of one of those viral videos that was out on Twitter. Did you see the one of the guy who walks through the hallway in each decade, how when somebody bumps into you, it's a different attitude? Like in the so you didn't see this? So there's a I don't know if I can explain this the right way, and I hope I can. And if somebody has witnessed this video, you can clear it up for me as well. 239-479-5592. All right, so it's a video of a guy, and he's saying, through the decades, the difference when somebody bumps into you, the attitude that people take. Like when somebody acts it out. So you see the guy's walking through the hall, and he bangs into a doorway. Like his shoulder hits the door. And in the 70s, he would walk into the door, boom, you bump into something, like bumping into somebody, right? And he looks with this attitude and then just keeps walking. Then it says 1980, and you bump into it, and then in the 80s, I guess he stops and he says a couple of words. In the 90s, he does something different. I don't know what it is. I forget which, when he bumps into the doorway. In 2000, he bumps into the door, crumbles to the ground crying. He falls down to the ground. The camera's shaking. He falls to the ground. He's got this grimace on his face like he's crying. He stops for a minute, pulls out his phone, and then looks at the phone with a serious face. And then in the same moment, makes this cringy, I'm in agony pain, and then takes a selfie and then hashtags, like dangerous door, hashtag I fell to the ground, hashtag, like all of these, basically explaining that through the decades, this is where we are right now. And and it's so true. Just that story, that's where we are. Now it's about taking selfies of you if you're in the middle of something or you get injured or you get hurt or somebody bumps you, you've got to grab the phone and it becomes now this whole issue, viral, crazy, NyQuil chicken nonsense. Betty White. I don't know what the Betty White thing is, by the way, on TikTok. It's something to do with pets or something. I don't really know. But anyway, those two things have nothing to do with what I just said. So you just have to look for that video. Maybe I'll send it to you so you can see it, and then you can tell me if I described it properly. I hope I did. Or not. 239-479-5592. 805, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond coming up. We're going to talk a little bit more about what he saw yesterday. He did a flyover of the areas damaged in Southwest Florida by the tornado and a couple of other things that are going on within the county. So we'll get more details on that on the way. Also, one of the things I wanted to touch on this morning, and I think it's pretty important, not only that there are still issues with the 2020 election. You know, when we're talking about voting rights acts and the John Lewis the Voting Rights Act, and we have to do something to save the democracy because elections are being stolen. You might ask yourself, who's actually stealing the elections? There is more details on what happened during the 2020 election and some of the things that we're starting to see even after Nancy Pelosi made her statements yesterday on MLK Day about voting rights. But there's also a plan of what they're looking to do. And really, it's disturbing, and you just need to know about it. So when you see it, you could recognize it. It is very reminiscent of the process of the Russian collusion hoax. If you've watched, and I would encourage you, even this weekend, as soon as you possibly can, Plot Against the President, the great movie by Amanda Milius that had all different kinds of people that were connected to Kash Patel and Devin Nunes and others investigating what happened during the Russia collusion hoax and the breakdown of every part of it. And when you see the pattern that the Democrats used, the pattern that the FBI used, the pattern of leaking information to media so that the media puts it out, so that the FBI, CIA, so that they could all investigate what the media was putting out, and it becomes this vicious cycle of releasing information, reporting on information, pulling the information and saying, well, we saw the reports in the news, and so we've got to investigate, and how it's all planned that way, and it's this vicious cycle. When you see it, then you recognize it, and you're like, I know what that is. I've seen that before. You're not going to fool us again. That's the same thing that is important here in this story when it comes to election integrity and what the Democrats plan to do moving forward. Because if you see it, then when it's happening, you'll recognize it. All right, before we go there, all right, hold on a second. All right, yeah, okay. All right,
thank you.
All right, it's Carl Carl's out in Bushwood. He's feeling pretty chipper and happy today.
Well, I was sharpening up the bed knives and listening to you guys. You guys sound a little in the dumps, So
no, we're great today. Everything's good.
Tuesday,
Yep.
You get to work with Jake. I told him, I heard him last night, on the drive there. He's just like savoir-faire. He's everywhere.
Yes, he is.
He's everywhere. So I just wanted to say one thing about positivity today, because it's cold out, there, Drew.
Yeah, it is.
So today it's a lot easier to tell the people from up north they'll be wearing shorts and masks.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, there's a fun story about masks that I'm going to talk about in a little while. That there's a study that claims that masks make you more attractive. No, I'm not. I'm not kidding.
Well, when I wear my welding mask, and I'm spraying a little bit of that high-tech stuff, I don't even wear a mask with that, because I want to enjoy the feeling.
Yeah, that is understood. All right. Give us a tip. Come on, Carl, give us a tip.
If you got a tea time this morning, I would move it to Top Golf. That way it's got a little bit of heater and a little bit of hot coffee for you.
There you go. So get off the... So Carl is... Thank you, Carl. Okay. So Carl is telling us from Bushwood don't go to Bushwood, go to Top Golf because it's too cold even for Carl to be out there. I think he's snuggling with some of the rodents to keep warm right now. that moment where you're trying to kill them, but then when you're both freezing, you both use each other for warmth, and then once everything is okay, you go back to trying to kill those varmints. All right. I was describing this before. What in the world is going on with elections here? And the 2020 election, as Nancy Pelosi was trying to say that there's all of these things that are going on with the voting rights bills that we have to have and the protections and...
Because nothing less is at stake than our democracy. This is about suppressing the vote.
It's about suppressing the vote. So people have explored a little bit about what was going on in 2020. And, you've got Democrats who want to codify into law this idea of making sure that elections will be held on a federal level, and the legal and sketchy way that they're trying to do this and taking it away from states. And then you have the question of 2020. And some people at Real Clear Politics, Phil Klein to be exact, the former Kansas Attorney General and current director of the Amistad Project, kind of looked into what happened in 2020. And what they did was they dug into some of the tax documents related to nonprofits that did a lot of the work to privatize the 2020 election. And they're starting to find out that, hold on a second. Maybe some things were going on here that we didn't know about. So they looked into it. And come to find out, they've got some litigation in several states to bring transparency to some unprecedented practices in the last national election. Now, understand that if these were discovered and you were going to move laws forward in the legislature that would stop this kind of thing from happening, knowing that states are the ones that are in charge of the election process, then you want to do all that you can, because now you've been discovered, to move everything to a federal level because they're on to you. So all of the legislation that is moving forward to try to change what I'm about to describe, the only way to remedy this is to get it out of the state's hands. So here's what they found out. Many key government election officials receive more private money than taxpayer money to manage elections. A majority of that money was spent on sophisticated efforts to turn out the vote to a specific profile of voter in order to benefit one candidate. These expenditures greatly exceeded campaign finance limits and violated laws and systems designed to keep government neutral in managing elections. These private interests dictated the manner in which the election would be managed. The litigation and investigation revealed that a handful of partisan billionaires funneled funds through a collection of left-leaning nonprofits directly into the counting centers of the urban core of swing states. Ballots and voters were treated differently based on access to the funds, and a series of lawsuits by the left and executive branch use of emergency police powers due to COVID radically changed the management of the 2020 election. See, they don't want any of that to go away. But they've been busted. They've been discovered in these states where they did all of this. And because they know that you're onto their game and figured this out, the only way to be able to take it to the next level, because think of it this way. Once someone does something or uses, let's just say if it's in sports, right? If you use a trick play in sports, and you're saving that trick play for the fourth quarter of an important wild card football game, let's just say, and you do that trick play, you couldn't do that trick play in the first quarter and use it again in the fourth. Once you've used the trick play, that trick play is done. You're not using it for the rest of the game. Because now the other team, the opposing team, is on to you. They'll see how you're set up. They'll look at the clock. They'll see the same circumstances. They'll be prepared for it. They'll be waiting for the possibility of that happening. There won't be any surprises. So it's the same thing here. If the Democrats have been discovered to do all of these things that the Amistad Project and Real Clear Politics has described, then they can't use it again because we'll be looking for it. So what's the next thing you do? You get it out of the state's hands and you put it into the federal government's hands. It's the next place you go. And there's also this whole thing about counting the votes that we're going to get to in just a second. Why is the Speaker of the House, why is the President of the United States constantly talking about nuking the filibuster and getting rid of it because we have to be assured that not only that votes get counted, but who gets to count the votes? I got the answer to that coming up this morning as well. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast and our channel on Rumble. Please go to Rumble and subscribe to the channel as well. We appreciate it. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
You really want to go through another year with that awful joint pain? Listen, don't do it. Resolve right now to get yourself moving again for 2022. Hey, it's Drew Steele. It's time to call QC Kinetics. Non-surgical regenerative treatments for joint pain. We're talking lasting results using natural biologics. No surgery, no pain meds, no steroids, and no downtime. This is really exciting stuff. Restorative treatments that actually encourage your body to heal itself using highly concentrated natural biologics. Patients rave about it for hip pain relief, knee pain relief, shoulder and back pain relief. Look, don't let them keep giving you steroids. And don't let them tell you surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion at QC Kinetics. Do it now and imagine life in 22 without pain. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now.
But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pugh with Melanie Pugh Gentle Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Since we opened our practice in 2006, there's 5 things we hear the most from our dental patients. One is how gentle we are. It's no surprise that patients prefer a gentle touch from their dentist. I know that the other doctors in our practice, Dr. Medency and Dr. Couillard, also have the same gentle approach. If you'd like to experience our gentle touch firsthand, visit drmelaniepugh.com. That's Melanie Pugh, Pugh.com.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Rockstar Harley needs used bikes and is giving NADA retail value when trading for a new Harley this week. No matter how much you owe on it, Rockstar Harley will trade anything. Bikes, cars, ATVs, RVs, and more. NADA retail value for your motorcycle. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. At Rockstar Harley, all credit applications considered. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida with rates such as 0.99% APR. Retail trade value ends this Sunday. Adjustments made based on reconditioning and mileage. Trading equity may be applied to not finance, but approved above average credit.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life, starting now. And Riverhall is where it all starts. A true paradise. Riverhall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master plan communities, with homes priced from the 500s to the 800s. Upscale country club living, complete with a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all waiting for you. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. Riverhall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Will we stand against voter suppression? Yes or no? Will we stand against election subversion? Yes or no?
President Biden argues they need to counter voting law changes in Republican-led states.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate will again consider today long-sought voting and election legislation despite no agreement from all 50 Democrats to break filibuster rules to pass it. Republicans are likely to again block the measure. GOP leaders say the legislation is unnecessary, hyper-partisan, and a federal takeover of state-run elections.
Fox's Jared Halpern, as U.S. troops were withdrawing back 5 months ago and the Taliban took over Afghanistan, President Biden said no one expected the Afghan military would crumble. Well, now he learned of a report from January a year ago.
A report declassified today says an American watchdog warned the U.S. had failed to train Afghan support staff, leaving the country's Air Force unable to maintain its aircraft without American contractors. That report by the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction predicted the Afghan Air Force would collapse.
Fox's Jill Nato. Israel keeps jabbing residents with a fourth COVID vaccine shot, even though a new preliminary study shows that extra booster is still not enough to prevent infection from the very contagious Omicron variant. Biden COVID advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci told a World Economic Forum meeting this may not be the last variant to worry about.
Some scientists have expressed optimism that Omicron's milder cases, especially among those vaccinated, may signal a shift that will make it akin soon to the seasonal flu. Fauci admits they don't want to, quote, get into a whack-a-mole for every variant out there where you chase after them with boosters.
Fox's Sue Guzman. China claims COVID may be in the mail, that items coming in from overseas have spread the coronavirus there. Health experts say COVID's really spread, though, through the air. America's listening to Fox News.
You can't go wrong when you're getting it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Collier County roads starting to get busy out there right now. We're dealing with a crash on Alligator Alley at mile marker 92 heading in the eastbound direction. Not causing any roadblock, but you may just drive past some activity as there's still flashing lights on 75 there on the right-hand shoulder. Out on the East Trail, a crash with possible injuries near mile marker 63. That's right near Monument Lake and Kirby-Storter State Park. So expect to see some slowdowns and a disabled vehicle along Gervais Circle just north of Immokalee Road, east of Collier Boulevard in North Naples, not causing any roadblock nearby. Lee County roads pretty quiet early on this morning. You got a clear drive up and down 75 across Fort Myers. 41 looking good as well, and we're crash and incident free across Lee and Charlotte counties for the time being. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start we had this morning, lots of sunshine can be expected for today with blue sky. Despite that, though, highs will be below average. Most of us only topping off in the upper 60s by this afternoon, with winds persisting out of the north and east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into this evening and tonight, we keep with a nice clear sky that'll allow for another cold start to your Wednesday morning with a low near 48 degrees. But we will be looking at a nice rebound back into middle 70s by tomorrow afternoon. A high of 76 for your Wednesday, mostly sunny with the high back to near 80 by Thursday under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
Hi, I'm Keith, owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. We've dodged a bullet this year from hurricanes and tropical storms, thankfully. Hurricane season is getting worse year after year. Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for next season before it's too late. We offer fair pricing and do what most other companies don't do, like show you the window, let you inspect the warranty, and use employees versus subcontractors for installation. We have energy-efficient, Miami-Dade approved windows, which is the highest certification for impact window approval. You can expect ethical business practices, quality over quantity. We hope this information is helpful to you when you choose a window company to replace your windows and doors, and wish you all the best in your quest for the right company. Call us today at 239-491-7002. That's 239-491-7002. Or visit us on the web at stormshieldswfl.com. That's stormshieldswfl.com. License number CGC A60475.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
This is a tornado on the ground.
Southwest Florida wakes up to dangerous weather and turns to Wink, the weather authority.
My priority is everyone at home. Please take this very seriously.
Trust Matt Devitt and Wink to keep you up to the minute.
This is why you want to hunker down and stay away from windows.
When every minute matters.
Now I want to provide some good news. You are done. 100% of Southwest Florida is out of a threat area.
Wink News is the weather authority. Tonight on the CW.
Clark.
There's something stopping Superman dead in his tracks.
Superman,
are you okay?
What was that?
I've been having visions.
And it's all in his head.
This last one I heard screaming.
Get ready to see what it all means.
Did it sound like a planet being destroyed? We have a major problem.
Catch an incredible new Superman and Lois right before an all-new Naomi tonight on the CW. Tonight starting at 8 on the CW.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble. Please subscribe to the Rumble channel. Just go there, type in Drew Steele. You'll find us. Coming up this morning at 8:05, we got Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond's going to join us. We'll find out some stories, things that are happening within the county. Also at 7:50, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And yes, we do have those gift certificates to give away to Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar in Naples at 951 in Vanderbilt Beach Road. So if you would like to win, you'll win just by playing Drew's College. It's a lot of fun, and we'll do that 45 minutes from now, something like that. Is that right? I'm just looking at my clock. All right, Jake and I, we were laughing, the two of us. It was pretty funny just listening to Fox National and talking about the headlines, and one of the headlines was it was Dr. Fauci, there's going to be more variants, and we're going to, double, triple, quadruple shots for everybody. They're talking about combining shots. Did you hear about this? Now, the new thing is combining flu shots each year with COVID shots. So COVID and flu shots together. So they're trying to make the case that, listen, there's no excuse. You're going to do the flu shot, so we'll sneak in a COVID shot in there. So everybody's going to get boosted shot, and it's going to be, no, that's okay. But on the heels of that story is what we heard from the top of the news, the Fox National that said, and I just want to get this right. I forget who it is that does the reporting. He said that China says that the uptick that they have now, right, that they're claiming that they've had to, they're looking for COVID zero, everybody. We got the Olympics coming up real soon, and we're going to get COVID zero in China. Okay, gotcha. That in China now, the reason why they're shutting down cities that are close to the Olympics, and the reason why they're shutting down ports, thereby causing a new supply chain issue that's on the way. Get ready, everybody. That the reason why they're doing it, and Jake heard it just as well as I did, is because they said that COVID came in the mail, right? Isn't that what you heard? That their reasoning behind the spike in COVID cases and the reason why they've had to go shut down cities, major millions of people, metropolitan cities in China, because it came in the mail, Jake.
Wow.
You can't really... you can't do that. Can you really say that? It came in the mail, everybody. That's what it is. They're blaming the mail.
Don't trust China. China is
Yeah, they're blaming the mail, everybody. That's what it is. You got to trust them. You can't.
I guess we got to go back to stocking up on toilet paper and washing our groceries.
I don't know.
Put them in the house.
Well, have you seen? Have you been to the local? Have you been shopping lately? They're starting to see the crazy, things missing on the shelves. I went in yesterday to go grab some cream cheese. There were only two things left of cream cheese. A little tiny, what do you call it? The whipped. They had a little tiny little container of, it was as big as the palm of my hand, or you got a block of it. And those are the only two choices. There was no variety. There's nothing there. That's it. It's just a couple of things of cream cheese. I saw in some places where in, I want to say it was Target. I'm not sure if it's Target or Walmart, one or the other, where they were taking heads of lettuce and putting single heads of lettuce in the racks and single portions of meat in the racks. You know how like you would have just a bunch of lettuce heads and they would be in a pile, right? And you just pick through the pile. They were taking individual heads of lettuce and putting them across the wall, the refrigerator wall, to make it look as if it was filled with heads of lettuce, but there was only one in every section. What's happening? I mean, we all see it, but everything is fun. No, and on top of that, you have a new Democrat voter survey. I don't know if you heard about this recently, talking about the unwashed, you that all have been unvaccinated, and what we should do with you. 55% of Democrats support fines against the unvaccinated. 59% support house arrest. House arrest, almost 60% of Democrats think that if you're unvaccinated, you should be on house arrest. 48%, almost half, support prison for questioning vaccine efficacy on social media. Prison. 47% support surveillance. Almost 1 in 3 Democrats support the state taking your kids if you're not vaccinated. Are you, hey, if you're a Democrat, can you call me 239-479-5592? Can you tell me if this is something you agree with? I mean, are you on board with this? Look, there's a lot of things that are going on right now that we've got to figure out when it comes to our kids. One of them is the education of our kids. And when it comes to specific issues with regard to CRT in schools, is it being taught or is it not being taught? We know exactly what's going on in schools right now across the country. We see exactly what's happening with diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm telling you, diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI, is critical race theory. It's how they get it into our classrooms. If we have school boards that are trying to bring in superintendents, and the one thing that they care about the most in bringing in a new superintendent to a school district is what is their diversity, equity, and inclusion process in the district, you need to stop. You need to not do that. And we're watching. Because if you're telling us that the major criteria about bringing somebody from the outside into Southwest Florida is your plans for diversity and equity and inclusion in the school district, then we have a problem with you as a school board that are voting on something like that. And we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. And it's the reason why there are some legislators here in Tallahassee that are talking about making superintendents an elected position. And I think that's an important thing that is going on. But another part of this is how Democrats have reacted to critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and whether or not you as a parent have a fundamental right to the education of your kids and who's really in charge. And if you think it's being hyperbolic, if I were to say that Democrats have no intention of believing that you as a parent have and should have control over the education of your kids, well, it couldn't be any more clear than this audio that came out yesterday. The governor of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin, was being sworn into office just the other day, along with the lieutenant governor, Winsome Sears, and Democrats not applauding, sitting in their chairs, glued to their chairs, not applauding, quiet, after the governor of the state of Virginia, the new governor being sworn in, Glenn Youngkin, said this to parents. Listen.
My message to parents is this. You have a fundamental right enshrined in law by this General Assembly to make decisions with regard to your child's upbringing, education, and care. And we will protect and reassert that right.
Now, you hear the applause? It's only Republicans. Half the chamber is standing and applauding. The other half of the chamber is sitting down, not quiet. When the governor says that you have a fundamental right enshrined by the laws of this General Assembly to make decisions with regard to your child's upbringing, education, and care. Upbringing. We'll protect and reassert that right. Not one single Democrat applauded. They didn't get out of their seats. Nothing. This is what Democrats think. And you think it's only in Virginia? I bring this up because if you think it's only in the state of Virginia, that you don't think the Democrats in the state of Florida feel the same way, that you don't think that there's some on school boards in Lee County, especially, that believe that that is true, that they will not stand up for that either, that they don't think that you should be in charge of your child's upbringing or education or care? Yeah, there are. Unfortunately. It's outrageous. And listen, when it comes to the education of our kids, here's another one, but this is fun. How much are we teaching our kids in school when we're focused on diversity, equity, inclusion, CRT and our racist history, and that's really where we need to go? And how much are we teaching our kids when it comes to the fundamentals, when it comes to reading, writing, arithmetic, when it comes to taxes? Do your kids even know how we are taxed in this country, the process of taxation? Here you go, Jake. This is what we talked about off the air earlier. And I wanted you to hear this, and I was excited to get your take on this. You ready? Here we go. This is a viral TikTok video, which I'm surprised that Jake hasn't heard about this or seen this yet for the amount of time he spends on. Right? Isn't?
I hadn't had time. I got to work.
Well, that's true. For those that don't know, Jake is filling in for Ian Hicken on the fantastic The Drive with Trey Radel, his program at 5 o'clock each evening. So. Jake's doing double duty. He's there at night. He's here during the day. He's got no time to peruse TikTok the way he used to. But you squeeze it in every once in a while. So here you go. You ready, Jake? This is I can't tell how old this girl is. I'm 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm not really sure. But this is a viral video of a child who is starting to realize what is happening with taxation in this country for the first time. Are you ready, Jake?
Ready.
All right, here we go.
No, I seriously think about this every single day, and I'm sorry if I sound stupid. If somebody has $500 and they've already paid taxes on it, and they give it to me, so now just because it goes from them to me, I also have to pay taxes on it, even though they just did. And then not only that, but anytime I spend one of those $500, I'm going to also pay another tax fee on whatever item I'm buying. And then whoever I bought the item from will have to pay taxes on the money they just earned from what I bought. So, so every single dollar, if a dollar is 100 cents, hold on. Just forget it.
She's out. How about that, Jake? She's just discovering this is how it works? Are we not teaching this to our children? No, we're not teaching this to our kids in school. Two things come out of that. Jake, when you hear that, what's the first thing you think of?
Please stop talking like that.
Okay. What's the second thing you think of?
She has no hope.
But maybe she does, because she's discovering something that she is now interested in understanding why. Why is it? Now I hear that and I think, we're not teaching in our schools. We're not teaching fundamentals. We're not teaching some of the basics, and we're not teaching how taxation works. She's right about everything she's saying. That's exactly what's happening. And now you've got to explain why we have this process. And then when somebody says they want to do something about taxation in this country and they want, let's say, a fair tax, or they want to work on the issue of taxation and how it operates in this country, how do you do that when you have an electorate that is starting to make its way through a public school system that didn't have any idea until somehow somebody clued her in, or she took a moment in time and said, wait a minute, I have a revelation here. I just discovered something. I didn't know that this was happening. How do you not know that's the process? And then you could start to talk about how tax dollars are spent and whether or not they're spent wisely. And just because the government has lots of tax dollars and is getting it, does that mean that they are being good stewards of your money? Nope. So you can get into that, but how often that is being discussed. No, I love that clip. John's in Fort Myers. I love that clip, John. I think that's an impressive analysis.
I like this girl also. I'm glad she's on TikTok talking about things like this. She's realized what's happening with her money and how unfair it is, and AOC needs to tax us even more. She's talking about that instead of showing us her twerk moves on TikTok. Good for her. I don't think she should be knocked.
No, she shouldn't be. I think there's no knocking of this individual at all. I think the sad part of it is that that she's coming to this realization instead of being taught how our taxation and how our taxes are spent and how it operates and the system that we have, that this shouldn't be some kind of revelation that she figured out on her own. It should be something that is being taught so that you can go through the process of how money is being spent. Do we need to be taxing people this way?
Exactly.
Yeah,
she weaved through the misinformation and came to a realization.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Proud of that generation. Thanks to her.
Yep, no doubt. John, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Good. See, Jake? Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be okay. Now, of course, there's a NyQuil chicken thing, or people are boiling chicken in NyQuil to get but let's forget that. Kids, do not. But, yeah. I just thought that you would like to hear that one, Jake. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live, truesteel.com, the website, Steel Eyes for Ease. We always appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and our channel on Rumble. Thank you so much. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs. 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feed store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great. And that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve shirt included with $25 registration fee. Runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by AluFab USA, Lee Health, U.S. Sugar, and Park Royal Behavioral Health.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Once again, Netflix increased its monthly subscription prices. Apparently, Netflix's plan is to take so much of our money that we'll have to enter a real-life Squid Game. Netflix says that you can either pay the increase or enjoy not knowing what anyone's talking about for the next 70 years.
There's some truth to that, isn't there? I guess that's if you're right, isn't it? You like Netflix? You follow a lot of stuff there on Jake? Biggest show?
I pay for it, but I don't watch it too much.
Yeah. You don't? All right. You're not like one of those Netflix binge, but you are somebody who you pay for it, and then if there's something big going on Netflix, you can go to it, see what the show is, be able to talk with people about it, as opposed to being completely lost, like I am most of the time on these shows. Until I hear about Squid Game, and then I go to look at what Squid Game is. I'm like, no. That Squid Game thing was no.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Yeah, well, just stay away from it. Just see the summary of it and then leave it alone. 239-479-5592. Brendan Leslie, Florida Conservative Voice, coming up in just a couple of more minutes. A lot of stories we're going to cover here in the state. The County Commissioner Brian Hammond at 8:05. It's all on the way. It's Daybreak.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hi, I'm Thomas from Storm Shield in North Fort Myers. I'm proud to represent a company that provides a top quality product and stands behind the product and the installation. At Storm Shield, we provide Energy Star certified windows and doors, an exclusive life of home warranty which covers the entire product as well as the installation. All products are certified made in the USA. We have an elite status with Home Advisor and offer no obligation estimates. Most manufacturers have a line of products that meet a variety of budgets and options. Sometimes vendors bait top quality products to earn your business, but switch and install another. We understand that you want to protect your family and home from the elements for years to come. Our priority is ensuring your protection without breaking the bank.
Call Storm Shield today for a free, no hidden cost, exact to the penny quote at 239-491-7002. That's 239-491-7002. Or visit on the web at stormshieldSWFL.com. License number CGC A60475.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Located in the River Shores district of Fort Myers, Hampton Lakes is the perfect place at the perfect price. With a lagoon-style pool, tennis courts, huge clubhouse, fitness center, and all the resort-style amenities of River Hall Country Club right in your backyard, Hampton Lakes is the perfect place. Brand new 2, 3, 4, and 5-bedroom homes by Lennar and Pulte with lake and preserve views start from the 200s. Hampton Lakes is the perfect price. Just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers and the sparkling Gulf. Visit today for a personal tour. Learn more at HamptonLakesLiving.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Lee County, we got backups building on the Midpoint Bridge heading eastbound to out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers. May want to take the Cape Coral Bridge or the 41 bridges to avoid some slowdowns. Crash also going on in North Fort Myers at Pondella Road and Henkler Road. Pretty minor, no injuries and no roadblock nearby, just some slight eastbound delays. Collier County getting very busy. We have a crash on Livingston Road near Windermere Way. Another crash on Immokalee Road at Airport Road North. One on Golden Gate Boulevard. No injuries, thankfully. Heading through 20th Street Northeast. Another crash with possible injuries on Airport Road North near Trade Center Way, and a disabled vehicle nearby as well on Airport Road North in Ardesia Lane. Crash with southbound backups on Collier Boulevard at Golden Gate Parkway, and another on the East Trail heading right now through mile marker 65. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start we had this morning, lots of sunshine can be expected for today with blue sky. Despite that, though, highs will be below average. Most of us only topping off in the upper 60s by this afternoon, with winds persisting out of the north and east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into this evening and tonight, we keep with a nice clear sky that'll allow for another cold start to your Wednesday morning with a low near 48 degrees. But we will be looking at a nice rebound back into middle 70s by tomorrow afternoon, a high of 76 for your Wednesday, mostly sunny with the high back to near 80 by Thursday under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes, like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah. Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Did you know that if you have $600 or more in the bank, President Biden wants to check your account? Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you why. In an unprecedented move, President Biden's administration wants to have access to all Americans' bank accounts with over $600 to keep an eye on things so that we can be safe. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth regardless of what this president does. Our track record of double-digit returns and tax mitigation has truly been life-changing for our clients.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
No more clutter. That's when you make things happen, so resolutions can become reality. Give your family a gift for the future. A beautiful new space, reimagined by our designers and you. Your home rejuvenation from Closet Factory comes with less stress and better rest included. Our business is designed around you. Whether in person or virtual, creating a perfect space for you is our goal. That's how we build it at Closet Factory.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele as your ease. We always appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble in about 10 more minutes. Yeah, 10 more minutes or so. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And we've got a gift certificate for 2 to Alda's Restaurant and Bar, otherwise known as Alda's Diner. It's fantastic. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are great. And a place that you could actually sit down and talk politics. Nothing to worry about there. And we'll get that gift certificate to you coming up in just a bit. By the way, they're at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road. There in Naples. All right, so a lot going on. I'm looking at Florida Conservative Voice, looking at the website, flconservativevoice.com, and Brendan Leslie joining us this morning on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, to go over some of the stories that are happening here locally and in the state. First of all, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How are we doing, Drew?
I'm doing well. All right, so a couple of things. Hey, listen, I know you have a story about it on the website, and many people were talking about it yesterday. And I don't know if it gets any more outrageous than Nikki Fried, and who is trying to convince everybody that she is a legitimate candidate for governor of the state of Florida, when you can't tout the things you have done and what you plan on doing, but instead going and making some of the most outrageous, ridiculous attacks against the governor. Unbelievable what Nikki Fried said just the other day.
Yeah, when she made the comparison to Hitler, that with DeSantis, it was just very outlandish. And we've spoken about it a few times on the show. I just feel like it's a show. I feel like there's some bigger picture out there. I think she knows she's not going to win governor, and I just think she is going to benefit some way, somehow, by saying all these crazy things. And you know you're a real bad person when you got the First Lady Casey DeSantis coming out and slamming you for what you say. Yeah.
Just in case you missed it, everybody, here is the audio of Nikki Fried and that comment from a what was it, like an NPR show about Florida. So here it is.
For open opportunities to succeed. He is doing everything possible to take away power from local governments, taking away people's abilities to protest, making it harder to vote, talking about, banning books. That's what dictators do. Instead of listening and trying to govern with the people, he's trying to govern over the people. And, that, I'm sorry, I'm a student of history too. I saw the rise of Hitler. I learned of those stories.
Are you comparing DeSantis to Hitler?
In a lot of ways, yes. I have studied Hitler and how he got to power, wanting his own militia and having his own.
There are other states that have one.
Absolutely. But the reason why this governor wants it is different than the other states that have been utilizing it for emergency purposes.
Yeah, I just got to stop. Okay.
She's such a liar. Like,
well, not just a liar, but that's insane. Like, those comments are insane. I mean, they are from a politician who can't run on a record and who wants to try to, I guess, appease what is the people, Democrats in the state, the most radical in the state, and to move on that and move money. And it's just it's outrageous. It's outrageous to say that.
And it's a shame because there are people out there in Floridians that believe her lies. I mean, just walk through them. He doesn't want you to vote. No, he wants you to vote with an ID and cut out ballot harvesting. So if anything, he's actually empowering like you and me, a legal citizen who votes legally. Saying he wants his own militia. He wants a state guard. We disproved this already on FLConservativeVoice.com. He wants a state guard, the same state guard that New York and California has. It's just another outlet to make sure
No, you don't understand. No, wait, Brendan, no, you don't understand. This governor wants to use it for nefarious purposes. That's the difference, because he's quite evil. It's outrageous.
And, I've met him several times, and to say that guy is evil, authoritarian couldn't be further from the truth. The guy is just what the kids say these days, based.
That's right. Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. FLConservativeVoice.com is the website. All right, a couple of stories I wanted to get to, one of which is, do we have a taxpayer-funded Florida university teaching critical race theory, and we have proof that they're doing it?
Right in our backyard. That would be Florida Gulf Coast University. The class is literally called Critical Race. It's amazing. It is amazing. They have a whole class dedicated to teaching critical race theory. Now, some might argue, there's a discourse for critical race theory, and I would argue, no, there is literally not, because it is actually meant to teach that white people are racist.
Yeah, well, that's the question, is because some will look at this and say, well, hold on a second, Brendan, relax for a second. This is a college course that is teaching and talking about critical race and ethnic studies. So it's critical race theory, ethnic studies, and it's going to get it's both sides. Both sides, Brendan. That's what it is. It's about the discourse. It's the discussion. It's about...
That's always their argument.
Well, that's the question. So
I would point to their history at Florida Gulf Coast University. We exposed a teacher indoctrinating their children and teaching inappropriate things, bashing conservatives. And what happens to that teacher? He got fired after it. So I don't trust Florida Gulf Coast University. I don't think anyone in Southwest Florida should trust them, because you know what? Those kids, those are our future, like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those aren't kids that are getting indoctrinated in a 10, 20-year plan throughout public education. These kids, they're getting graduated and they're moving right into Southwest Florida. So we have to keep our eyes on them.
Yeah, I guess the good news on a course like that would be, in the university, would be that they have a choice as to whether or not they want to take it, as long as it's not a required course. If it's an elected course, if it's an elective, then you elect not to take it. I guess that's part of it. But there are going to be people that are going to go into that course and are going to be indoctrinated, that are going to go in and are going to be told things that are just not true. And that's really what the big issue would be. It doesn't matter, how many. One is too many.
I just think we need to completely stop giving. We can't give an inch when it comes to fighting the left anymore.
Hey, listen,
and I think
every
critical race theory class needs to just go bye-bye.
You know what I think about that. You know how I feel about it. That's why I was happy to hear about Representative Bob Rommel pushing House Bill 1055, and something that we're going to be talking about soon in Tallahassee, cameras and microphones in classrooms. I think we have to do it. I think the reason why we have to do it is quite obvious. The reason why we have to do it is because being trustworthy of what is going on in our classrooms, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that takes us to the Lee County School Board, who wants to try to rush in a new superintendent and this story that you have, and I want you to talk about this because one of the things I'm hearing is that the criteria that they are looking for, one of the main criterias of bringing a superintendent in is how they're going to implement diversity, equity, and inclusion into the district.
Yeah, we just got one big old liberal communist board at the Lee County School Board. I am so excited that there are 4 of their seats up for re-election. I hope we can turn every single one of them. But yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty with the future of the Lee County School Board. You got 4 seats that are up for re-election. Let's say 4 conservatives win those 4 seats. All of a sudden, we now have the majority on that board. Also, with all that, Jenna Persons, State Representative Jenna Persons, is successfully pushing a bill that would put a referendum question on the ballot for Lee County voters, asking them if the superintendent should be a elected official or not. And if that's the case, in 2024, we'll have an election for our superintendent of the Lee County School District. But with all that being said, the school board is still trying to rush and ram through their own hire for a superintendent. Is that an appropriate action to be taken right now with all that political uncertainty? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, that is a question. If this House bill were to move forward, make it to the governor's desk, and he were to sign this, then everything else would be moot. So why? Ultimately, but you would get time with the superintendent in place. And the fact that thinking about how even if this were to move forward and pass, that chances are that someone who has been appointed will have an opportunity to run again. And if they are already in that position, they're already given a certain amount of time in place, which would give them opportunity to campaign on that, would give them an opportunity for name recognition to campaign on that. And sometimes that's all it takes. It would depend on when it's going to be. If it's an off-year election, is it something that's going to be in a general? There's a lot of questions that we have to look at with regard to that.
It's a good comparison for the Lee County School Board and what they're doing right now. It's basically Joe Biden. What is Joe Biden doing right now? He sees the writing on the wall. His power is about to be diminished in Congress after the midterm elections. So he's trying to ram through everything, every radical thing he can before that happens, because he knows his presidency is pretty much over after this year. The school board see the writing on the wall. They're going to lose the majority. They're not going to be the same board this time next year. So they're trying to ram this through right now to leave the best impact that they can, their impact, which happens to be a crazy radical left impact. So parents shouldn't stand for this, and this should be something that they bring up when they go speak at public comment.
Well, this will be interesting to see. I'm hearing that there are people that believe that it's going to be, the initiative will be on the ballot in November. We'll see. But certainly we need parents to continue to speak out, to be there at these school board meetings, to pay attention to what is going on. There are many people that are doing that, certainly. And look, they're not going away. The left in the school board, and those that have an agenda of diversity, equity, and inclusion and still want to involve this in our districts and what that means, it's basically getting critical race theory into the district and how they're sneaky about doing it. The fact of the matter is that you have a voice that is stronger than theirs, and you need to continue to use it, and we will. All right, Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, if you want to find out more about these stories, you want to read up on it, just go to flconservativevoice.com. And you'll get all the deets. Isn't that what the kids say? The deets.
The deets. You're based.
I am based. Don't laugh. That's not funny. All right. I'll see you later, Brendan.
See you, man.
All right. There he goes. 239-479-5592. He was mocking me, wasn't he? Wasn't he doing that?
I don't know.
I think that's exactly what he was doing. It's not funny. It's not nice. It's kind of the way you've been questioning my choice of clothing today. The turtleneck that I'm wearing. It's cold.
Well, you're overreacting.
But you've mentioned it off the air a couple of times, so I'm getting a little self-conscious of my turtleneck. Okay, nobody cares. 239-479-5592. Here's what they care about: Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9 right now. You will play Drew's College, and you will win a $35 gift certificate to dine at Alda's Restaurant and Bar, otherwise known as Alda's Diner in Naples, the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road. It is fantastic. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're going to love it. And a great place to talk politics. Seriously, with anybody there. Just to talk away. All right, so caller 9. Coming up next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Dealing with a few crashes across Collier County. Roadways are busy out there. We're seeing major backups along Collier Boulevard southbound, approaching Golden Gate Parkway because of a crash that's getting cleared up right now. May want to take Santa Barbara Boulevard instead. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle in North Naples at Vanderbilt Beach Road and Goodlet Frank North. A crash with no injuries at Naples Boulevard and Pine Ridge Road. Another minor crash on Magnolia Pond Drive and Noah's Way. Minor crash on Livingston Road right south of Pine Ridge at Windermere Way. That's going to be right near the entrance to the Windermere community and the backside Gray Oaks entrance. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle on Airport Road North and Ardesia Lane. Heading through Lee County, the Midpoint Bridge is backed up out there eastbound, heading out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, approaching McGregor Boulevard. Disabled vehicle along Pine Island Road at Business 41, US 41 in North Fort Myers. And dealing with a hit-and-run crash right now in San Carlos Park along Murcott Drive West. Watch out for deputies there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a beautiful late January day of weather after the chilly start that we had today. Temperatures for most areas only managing to warm into the upper 60s despite all the sunshine that we'll see for this afternoon. We keep it a clear sky as we head into tonight, a low of 48, waking up on your Wednesday, but we will be warmer by tomorrow afternoon with highs back in the middle 70s and our mostly sunny sky. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Rock Solid wants you in 22 to be our customer. Happy New Year! At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples and Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and I want to be sure you're given the best prices on fine jewelry and diamonds. Other jewelers don't like me. Why? Because we offer better prices and a superior experience. If you go to Tiffany's, you're going to get a great product, but pay 2 to 3 times what it's really worth. If you go to a chain store, you're going to get something that's really cheap and bad quality. Don't settle for high prices, low quality, and a bad experience. Buy real jewelry from me, Stuart Duncan, a real jeweler. The love of your life will really be proud to know that their diamond came from Duncan's Diamonds. Your true love deserves the best. And at Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and I will make sure that you can count on it. Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. Come to one of our 3 beautiful locations.
In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Tell you about my water heater?
Not lately.
I'm supposed to take it for granted, right?
Well.
Until it stops working, which it did.
Been taking care of it though, right?
What?
Professionally flushed out every year?
Nobody told me that.
I thought everyone knew
What
that.
else don't I know about water heaters?
Dave.
Have to scrape off the barnacles?
Dave.
Next you'll tell me I need to change the timing belt and upgrade the firmware just so I can enjoy my rainfall shower head with water that's maybe just a little warmer than actual rain!
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, someone comes out and fixes my water heater today. Maybe comes back to do that maintenance stuff.
That's best?
Well, yeah, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They always have 4 plumbing trucks standing by waiting for last-minute calls.
They do all the...
Yes, they do.
GetBest.com.
When something goes wrong,
We're waiting.
So I can't take my water heater for granted?
Or your air conditioner.
What?
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Pete. Pete is in Naples. Hey, Pete.
Hi.
Hi. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Are you ready for your associate's degree question, Pete?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Pete, let's see. Let's start with who vetoes bills? Who is it that vetoes bills?
The president.
The president. That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court right now as we speak? The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
John Roberts.
John Roberts is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 1927, sculptor Gutzon Borglum begins work on Mount Rushmore, the monument that is located in what state?
South Dakota.
That is correct, sir. All right, so you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. In 2000, Al Gore was selected to be the Democrat nominee for president of the United States. Remember that? George Bush, Al Gore, remember?
Yes.
Who was Al Gore's running mate?
I don't remember that one.
Do you want to take a guess?
I'm sorry, I don't remember that.
No, that's okay. It was Joe Lieberman. Remember Joe Lieberman?
Oh, sure, yeah, from Connecticut.
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. Does he get extra credit for that?
Yeah, do I get extra credit for that?
Jake says no. That's okay. But listen, that's all right. Here's the good news. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. That is impressive. You also got the $35 gift certificate to go to Alda's Diner, the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. It's a great place to dine, and you get the gift certificate. So congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
All right, don't leave, Peter. Just stay there. Don't move, Pete. Stay right there, because Jake's got to speak with you. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond coming up next. Stay break 92.5. Fox News right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
It's a new year, and for businesses, that means a new start. Whatever the year ahead holds, now Comcast Business is making it easy to get going with the Ready, Set, Save sale. Get started with fast and reliable internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both. And save with a 2-year price guarantee. Switching is easy with flexible installation times. And you'll also get backing from an expert team 24/7, so you can focus on planning the year ahead. Plus, for even more value, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Get a great deal for your business with the Ready, Set, Save sale today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. 1 month free and free installation offer ends 2/2022. Call or go online for details.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Keeping you in the right lane for your drive home. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along. 92.5 Fox News.
He keeps trying to uninstall his agenda. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
It's time for every American to stand up, speak out, be heard. Where do you stand? Whose side are you on?
President Biden pushing the Democrats' plan for election reform to counter new Republican-led state laws. The Senate will consider it today and a rule change needed to get around GOP opposition, but two Democrats don't support that change, so it's expected to fail. Republicans call the reform plan a Democrat federal election takeover, and Senator John Kennedy tells Fox getting rid of the filibuster
would be like giving whiskey and car keys to a teenage boy.
There's an update on Texas's controversial abortion law. Pro-choice advocates may not like it. Fox's Jeff Manasso has details live.
Dave, a federal appeals court sends the Texas abortion law case to the state's Republican-controlled Supreme Court. A law that bans abortions after about 6 weeks of pregnancy and allows a private citizen to sue people who allegedly perform abortions. The Fifth Circuit's ruling follows a ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court last month, which allowed a suit against the Texas law to proceed. The ruling was procedural and not related to the law's constitutionality. No word on when the Texas Supreme Court will take the case. Dave.
Jeff, we're learning the British national behind the Texas synagogue standoff Saturday stayed at homeless shelters in recent weeks. And a BBC report says Malik Faisal Akram was known to British intelligence but assessed to no longer be a threat when he came to the U.S. last year. He was shot and killed after the last of the 4 hostages ran out. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will go to Ukraine to meet with the country's president tomorrow after talks last week with Russia failed to ease concerns Russia might invade. A group of U.S. senators is already there, including Democrat Richard Blumenthal.
We will give the people of Ukraine the arms, lethal arms, they need to defend their lives.
America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a few crashes across Collier County. Roadways are busy out there. We're seeing major backups along Collier Boulevard southbound, approaching Golden Gate Parkway because of a crash that's getting cleared up right now. May want to take Santa Barbara Boulevard instead. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle in North Naples at Vanderbilt Beach Road and Goodlet Frank North. A crash with no injuries at Naples Boulevard and Pine Ridge Road. Another minor crash on Magnolia Pond Drive and Noah's Way. Minor crash on Livingston Road right south of Pine Ridge at Windermere Way. That's going to be right near the entrance to the Windermere community and the backside Gray Oaks entrance. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle on Airport Road North and Ardesia Lane. Heading through Lee County, the Midpoint Bridge is backed up out there eastbound heading out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, approaching McGregor Boulevard. Disabled vehicle along Pine Island Road at Business 41, US 41 in North Fort Myers. And dealing with a hit-and-run crash right now in San Carlos Park along Murcott Drive West. Watch out for deputies there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start we had this morning, lots of sunshine can be expected for today with blue sky. Despite that, though, highs will be below average. Most of us only topping off in the upper 60s by this afternoon, with winds persisting out of the north and east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into this evening and tonight, we keep with a nice clear sky that'll allow for another cold start to your Wednesday morning with a low near 48 degrees. But we will be looking at a nice rebound back into middle 70s by tomorrow afternoon. A high of 76 for your Wednesday, mostly sunny with the high back to near 80 by Thursday under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hi, Dan Martineau. When it rains in Florida, it really pours. Home without gutters can cause soil, landscape erosion, and potential foundation damage. D.R. Martineau will install new 6 or 7-inch seamless gutters and downspouts. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix, long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live at drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. You can subscribe to our podcast and check us out on Rumble. You can subscribe to the channel there as well. We appreciate it. And we appreciate Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us today on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. A lot to go over, not only with some questions that I brought up earlier about inflation, and I wonder if it's impacting maybe some of the county operations, but also the fact that the damage that was on Southwest Florida due to that tornado. Wanted to get an update on that, and I know that he has one this morning. First of all, how are you today, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks, Drew. I appreciate you having me on. And yeah, definitely our hearts go out to the folks who received damage from that tornado. I got a chance to go in the air yesterday in one of the Lee County Sheriff's Office helicopters and fly over the neighborhood that was impacted. And I got to tell you, I was shocked when you saw the damage from the air too, and the total destruction on the homes and mobile homes that were hit. I can't believe that we only had 4 minor injuries.
I know.
Thank God that people were safe.
I said the same thing to Jake yesterday after we were looking at some of what was out there on Twitter, some of the video, the tornado with all the debris flying around and all the damage of the in the Iona McGregor area and the mobile homes and how they were torn up the way they were, and some of the stories that we've heard since. It was remarkable, the fact that there was only with that kind of damage, that there wasn't any death up to this point, which it was something to behold. And certainly these things can be replaced, it's and that's something that is important to remember.
Yeah, no, it's actually been beautiful to watch. The lives were spared, and neighbors are helping neighbors here. In fact, we've seen very little use of the shelter that we opened up because I think family and neighbors have just taken each other in and helped each other out, and that's wonderful to see. And now we go on to the cleanup phase of the operation here, and that's really what we're doing right now is trying to assess the damage so where is the damage, where is all the debris, and then what is it going to take to clean this up. And so we have our teams. We've actually contracted with some emergency removal companies. We have these companies on standby for hurricanes and other disasters just like this. And so they're in town. They were assessing the scope of the debris yesterday. We're also looking at the homes that were damaged. We estimate right now that about $7.1 million in residential damage took place. And in commercial damage, we think there's probably $1.2 million in commercial damage. As far as how many structures were damaged, we have 44 structures that were just totally destroyed. 90 structures had major damage on top of that. On top of that, we had 93 more structures with minor damage, and then we had 100 structures that just had damage to like lanais and pool cages, so the non-living areas of their homes. So it did have quite a path there. If you look at it from the air, it basically the path cuts from, it parallels Old McGregor Boulevard, and it cuts from Summerlin up to Kelly Road. And it was not a very wide tornado. It's really interesting. It's just like you've seen in previous tornadoes where, you know, the house that was next door to the house that got destroyed is actually fine and untouched. It's amazing how nature does that sometimes.
Yeah, and from the air, I can only imagine what that looks like when you can see almost what looks like a line that cuts through the area. Must have been something. Give credit to, first responders and county staff and even the state emergency response teams and how they've been on scene and a lot of what they've been able to assess. And how is that going?
Well, yeah, Governor DeSantis has been engaged from the moment it happened. He spoke with our chairman, Commissioner Cecil Pendergrass. He has Kevin Guthrie, the state emergency manager, has been in town, and he was on the ground yesterday. I got a chance to speak with him. So he's assessing the damage, too. I mean, they are fully engaged in this. And making sure that we get all the resources we need to clean up. And we believe that by Thursday or Friday this week, we'll begin the cleanup. What's going to have to happen is, a lot of the loose debris, and it's already happening, has to be brought to the curb, and then we can send the trucks through to pull the debris off of the curb. We can't go on people's property to start cleaning it up because of FEMA regulations and things like that. But we'll do our very best to get the area cleaned up and back to normal. You know, we've seen there's just a lot of aluminum debris everywhere wrapped around trees and up in trees and things like that. We even saw somebody's front door in a tree, which was, there's always those kind of interesting stories after a tornado comes through. But we're going to work very hard to clean those up. And we've also been made aware of things like styrofoam and other debris that's gone into some of the waterways, and we've got our natural resources team out assessing that to make sure that the environment is cleaned up as well.
Yeah, a couple of questions that people have been texting and asking. Number one is, what is the best way to help? Even understanding that, clearly there are people that would love to go to help physically to be on the scene. And if they're not able to do that and there's nothing that they can do there, how else can they help?
Yeah, the Red Cross, the United Way, and even Lee County's own Department of Human and Veteran Services are incredible. They have come together to address any unmet needs. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for these folks. There's plenty of supplies like food and water and things like that. One of the best ways they could help is the Southwest Florida Community Foundation, the Collaboratory, has set up a website at collaboratory.org where they're collecting donations, and that's a reputable foundation that will make sure that the money gets to the right place. And so monetary donations would help out for people who maybe didn't have the insurance to cover the expenses right now that they're facing with obviously replacing all of their stuff. But as far as like food and those kind of supplies, the Red Cross is doing an amazing job taking care of them.
Yeah. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. A couple of other questions as people have been kind of asking about this. And I brought this up earlier in the day. And it has to do with just getting away from the tornado for just a second and going into something else. And it may even affect what happens with cleanup and the like. The inflation impacts on people's homes, on their livelihoods, or even on what they do each and every day, the groceries that they buy and the fuel that they buy and all the things that we know that are tangible. I don't think that there's a negative number in anything when it comes to the price of goods and services that we've seen due to inflation and how that has impacted families around Southwest Florida. But I wonder how there have been impacts to county operations, and in a lot of different ways. And maybe you can explain how that's working right now.
Yeah, it's actually a lot like you're seeing at your house. Gas prices are going up, grocery prices are going up. Well, here at the county, a lot of our facilities we have to buy materials for. So, for instance, at Lee County Utilities, we have to buy chemicals to treat the water, the wastewater and the drinking water. One of the chemicals that we have to make a purchase at today's county commission meeting is liquid aluminum sulfate. And so, just for an example here, the cost of the liquid aluminum sulfate has gone up 28%. And that's really due to the supply chain issues and even just the overall inflation. It costs them more to make that chemical to send it to us. So just like you're seeing in your house where, your prices of everything you're buying is going up and the dollars that you have aren't being stretched as far, we're now seeing that impact in the county operations. So Joe Biden's economy is just really having a negative effect even on county operations.
All right. So what ends up happening when you start to look at rates, utility rates and the like, and is there going to be movement there? What have you seen?
Well, the rates are steady for now. We can absorb what's happening right now, but you can only absorb so much. Right. We calculate our rates not to make a profit off of our customers because we're a government agency. But if the costs continue to increase and Joe Biden can't get a handle on this economy, then we're going to start to see those costs being passed all the way down to our customers, and that would be a real shame. The county commissioners have made it a priority to keep our taxes and our fees low. And we're going to do everything we can to keep them low, even in this tough, President Biden economy.
Yeah, I know that was a question that somebody had brought up last week. And I thought that was interesting because, again, where you look at what's happening in your own household and everything that you see and how that is being affected and what you are spending. We also have county operations that have the same kind of issues. And kind of the minutia that goes with that of kind of weaving in and out of figuring out ways to make it so that you can still do what you need to do and operate the way you need to operate at the level that we expect, and at the same time not getting into a situation where you'd have to pass costs on. But ultimately, like you said, I don't know how that doesn't happen. I mean, I guess we'll see. But ultimately, the way things are, there's no end in sight. And I don't see the numbers going down in anything. So
No, the inflation conversation even started last year as we started to talk about property taxes.
Right.
So your Lee County commissioners actually lowered the property tax rate in Lee County last year, and we lowered it because we saw how fast home values were rising. So your property taxes are calculated by multiplying the tax rate that we set by the value of your home, which is set by the property appraiser. And a lot of times if that value, that multiple of the property value goes up, well, then you're going to pay more in taxes. Well, we actually lowered our property tax rate in Lee County to try and offset the increase in property values so that the dollars that come out of your pocket are actually the same or similar to what you paid the year before. We did that because we saw all the other rising prices hitting homeowners everywhere else, and we wanted to make sure that we provided that relief. And, it's something that we're going to continue to try to do. We want to run a very efficient government operation here locally, but we do also have, needs of the community that we have to meet to keep their quality of life the same as what they're accustomed to.
Sure. That's understandable. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I know you're getting back to business, a lot of work ahead of us, and I guess we'll touch base hopefully next week, and maybe we can find out more about what's happening in the county. Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to you then. Thanks,
Drew.
Great.
All right, all the best. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S3 East. Thanks for watching and subscribing to the podcast. Hey, do we have time to find out what's going on with traffic? Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I don't know. I'm just getting overly excited about you. Teresa O'Shea, she's got your traffic.
Dealing with a few crashes across Collier County. Roadways are busy out there. We're seeing major backups along Collier Boulevard southbound approaching Golden Gate Parkway because of a crash that's getting cleared up right now. May want to take Santa Barbara Boulevard instead. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle in North Naples at Vanderbilt Beach Road and Goodlet Frank North. A crash with no injuries at Naples Boulevard and Pine Ridge Road. Another minor crash on Magnolia Pond Drive and Noah's Way. Minor crash on Livingston Road right south of Pine Ridge at Windermere Way. That's going to be right near the entrance to the Windermere community and the backside Gray Oaks entrance. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle on Airport Road North and Artesia Lane. Heading through Lee County, the Midpoint Bridge is backed up out there eastbound, heading out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, approaching McGregor Boulevard. Disabled vehicle along Pine Island Road at Business 41, US 41 in North Fort Myers. And dealing with a hit-and-run crash right now in San Carlos Park along Murcott Drive West. Watch out for deputies there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a beautiful late January day of weather after the chilly start that we had today. Temperatures for most areas only managing to warm into the upper 60s despite all the sunshine that we'll see for this afternoon. We keep it a clear skies. We head into tonight, a low of 48, waking up on your Wednesday, but we will be warmer by tomorrow afternoon with highs back in the middle 70s and our mostly sunny sky. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Are you suffering from chronic joint pain like Heather?
I have terrible arthritis and have had it for quite a while. And I've gone to all kinds of doctors trying to figure out what to do. And everybody just said surgery. And surgery was months of rehab. And I didn't want to do that.
But then Heather discovered QC Kinetics, local medical professionals who specialize in natural biologic treatments, non-invasive solutions designed to repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. And she absolutely loves the results.
I like to tell anybody who's suffering that there are options that are not steroids, that are not surgery. You owe it to yourself to find out about QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you.
No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Discover QC Kinetics and learn more about natural biologic treatments with lasting results.
Call QC Kinetics 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics 239-893-PAIN.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Are you looking to build a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of Williamson Brothers Marine Construction. My brother Joe and I, along with our children, represent the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. Our docks, boat lifts, and seawalls are constructed with materials that pass the test of time. We only use stainless steel fasteners, marine-grade aluminum boat lifts, and the strongest deck board in the industry, Wear Deck. It's the last deck board you will ever need. And lastly, our seawalls. We build them with enough concrete and steel that they come with a lifetime warranty. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. We're online at WBDocks.com. That's WBDocks.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, I'm checking out some of these stories. 239-479-5592, by the way, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Yeah, listen, I know there's a lot out there with regard to, CRT and diversity, equity, and inclusion and what's being taught to our kids and in our schools and how, There are places like in Michigan where they had to delete a post that ignored the important role parents should play in Michigan public schools. Parents need to have a say in their children's education. End of story. But they got caught with a post talking about how in Michigan schools, how parents don't play a role and shouldn't play as important a role as being described as parents in the education of their kids. The Michigan Democrat Party putting this out. And, okay, at least it's not getting to the point of diversity, equity, inclusion where, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something so ridiculous that it would be laughable. I mean, we're not going to eliminate traffic stops because of equity. I mean, nothing like that's going to happen. We don't
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just in. Yes, we are. Hey, look at this, everybody in Seattle who would love to implement something that maybe we could do nationally because of equity. Seattle has decided to eliminate most traffic stops in the name of equity. That's right. We know that there are also reasons for concern that these violations may disproportionately fall on those who are unable to meet the financial requirements set forth by the law. So there you go. The Seattle Police Department is announcing sweeping new policies. They're going to not initiate most traffic stops the way they used to. So listen, you got an expired registration or an expired tag, or maybe you've blown a red light, or you're not wearing a helmet or anything. Yeah, we're not doing anything anymore. We're just gonna let it go, Jake. That's it. It's all about equity, and you see how it works. It's interesting because when we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and equity is one of the words in DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and you think, man, I hope our kids aren't going to be taught that kind of stuff, because that sounds like something that I'm not really sure about, because when it comes to things like this, I would hate for my kids to start growing up thinking that this is a good thing, that, when it comes to criminal activities or anything like that, that we just ignore it and we'll just push it aside. Now, in places like Southwest Florida and places in the free state of Florida, we probably don't have to worry about issues like this. But make no mistake about it, these things are not going away. And there are many places where they would look at something that would happen in Seattle in their police department and then start to make it happen in other states. And looking at the maybe Soros-run DAs across the country in places like L.A. and New York City, where, it's we don't want to get too crazy when it comes to criminals and criminality and charging criminal activity. And maybe there's some things that we'll see and let walk that on a federal level they would love to see. And look, there are Democrats in this state that would look at this and say, hey, if we ever had power, we'd be all about this.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioed.com, again, thatradioed.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioed@gmail.com, thatradioed@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
This is a tornado on the ground.
Southwest Florida wakes up to dangerous weather and turns to Wink, the weather authority.
My priority is everyone at home. Please take this very seriously.
Trust Matt Devitt and Wink to keep you up to the minute.
This is why you want to hunker down and stay away from windows.
When every minute matters.
Now I want to provide some good news. You are done. 100% of Southwest Florida is out of a threat area.
Wink News is the weather authority. Tonight on the CW. Clark. There's something stopping Superman dead in his tracks.
Superman, are you okay?
What was that?
I've been having visions.
And it's all in his head.
This last one I heard screaming.
Get ready to see what it all means.
Did it sound like a planet being destroyed? We have a major problem.
Catch an incredible new Superman and Lois right before an all-new Naomi tonight on the CW. Tonight starting at 8 on the CW.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. There are multiple reports that the man who took hostages at a synagogue in Texas Saturday had been investigated for terrorism in Great Britain, but was no longer considered a threat. Malik Faisal Akram was shot and killed by federal agents. He arrived in the U.S. December 29th.
During his rant caught on live stream, Akram demanded the release of Afia Siddiqui, known as Lady Al-Qaeda. She was convicted by a New York jury in 2010 of trying to kill American officers in Afghanistan. She's in federal prison in Fort Worth, about 20 miles from the synagogue.
Fox's Dan Springer. Top White House medical advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci says it's too soon to tell if the Omicron coronavirus variant will help end the pandemic.
Fauci calling it an open question. Some scientists have expressed optimism that Omicron's milder cases, especially among those vaccinated, may signal a shift that will make it akin soon to the seasonal flu.
Fox's Sue Guzman. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a few crashes across Collier County. Roadways are busy out there. We're seeing major backups along Collier Boulevard southbound, approaching Golden Gate Parkway because of a crash that's getting cleared up right now. May want to take Santa Barbara Boulevard instead. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle in North Naples at Vanderbilt Beach Road and Goodlet Frank North. A crash with no injuries at Naples Boulevard and Pine Ridge Road. Another minor crash on Magnolia Pond Drive and Noah's Way. Minor crash on Livingston Road right south of Pine Ridge at Windermere Way. That's going to be right near the entrance to the Windermere community and the backside Gray Oaks entrance. Also dealing with a disabled vehicle on Airport Road North and Ardesia Lane. Heading through Lee County, the Midpoint Bridge is backed up out there eastbound, heading out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, approaching McGregor Boulevard. Disabled vehicle along Pine Island Road at Business 41, US 41 in North Fort Myers. And dealing with a hit-and-run crash right now in San Carlos Park along Murcott Drive West. Watch out for deputies there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start we had this morning, lots of sunshine can be expected for today with blue sky. Despite that, though, highs will be below average. Most of us only topping off in the upper 60s by this afternoon, with winds persisting out of the north and east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into this evening and tonight, we keep with a nice clear sky that'll allow for another cold start to your Wednesday morning with a low near 48 degrees. But we will be looking at a nice rebound back into middle 70s by tomorrow afternoon, a high of 76 for your Wednesday, mostly sunny with the high back to near 80 by Thursday under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hey, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. I'm inviting you to visit our just opened new location in Fort Myers on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue. We've relocated from Daniels and I-75. It's the ultimate sports bar with TV stacked to a high ceiling, huge indoor seating area, and large outdoor porch. And still the best food in town. Enjoy the area's best ribs, burgers, chicken wings, and Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Stevie Tomatoes isn't just a sports bar. We're striving to be the sports bar in Naples, Cape Coral, and now on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers. Stevie Tomatoes. Come for the food, stay for the sports, and fun. Just come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve shirt included with $25 registration fee. Runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by AluFab USA, Lee Health, Lee Sheriff's Office, and Hanley Foundation.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, here we go. It's time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. This is the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5 at 8:35. Number 5.
If you really truly want to honor Dr. King, don't dishonor him by using a congressional custom as an excuse for protecting our democracy. We have no right to honor this family, to visit the monument. Imagine 36 years old, left this earth in such a way that he has a monument on the mall along with Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them with tears in their eyes for the departure from our democracy that is happening right now, unless the truth is acknowledged and this legislation is passed.
Unless the truth is acknowledged and we pass this legislation. MLK Day yesterday, and Nancy Pelosi, she's not going to let this day go to waste. No. Milking any kind of opportunity to use the holiday to benefit them. And there she is saying things like, if you really truly want to honor Dr. King, you gotta pass this legislation. And there's tears in the eyes of Thomas Jefferson. Hey, aren't you the same party that wants to tear down the monuments and everything? I'm just asking about that part.
Number 4.
Lindell Foundation, Lindell Outreach, my store for all the entrepreneurs, and they want us to leave their bank. What you're going to hear on these recordings are horrific. Because now that it's manifested from this, Steve, they're bringing back a year ago, and all these terrible outlets like the Washington Post, and I just had a call from the Guardian today, and then you have the Daily Beast. All of these outlets now are attacking me, re-attacking me again, trying to say I'm some kind of let's subpoena Mike Lindell's records. As you know, I went after Pelosi and that fake committee they got going to scare everybody. And by doing this, now these banks want to get part of the cancel culture. They want to cancel out all of these entities.
I know this was something that it was talked about last week, but I wanted to play that audio today because it's something I forgot to do in the past couple of days, and I think it's important, and I think we should care about this. That's Mike Lindell, who was on War Room with Steve Bannon, and he was talking about the fact that the banks are now canceling his ability to do business. Banks canceling him. And I think there's something here, because even to Laura Logan's point, who was putting this out on her Twitter account, you know, if you care about freedom, if this is your moment, banks should be lining up to take Mike Lindell's business, regardless of where they stand politically. These are banks that have figured out now that the way that ultimately they're going to shut down voices, people that they don't like, is to do things like not have them have the ability to bank anymore, not have them have the ability to be on social media anymore, take away their ability to do business commerce completely. And banks, others, need to stand up and say, no. The principles matter here. And this is wrong. And banks need to stand up and fill that void and say, no, we'll take your business because this is an outrage.
Number 3. No, I seriously think about this every single day, and I'm sorry if I sound stupid. If somebody has $500 and they've already paid taxes on it, and they give it to me, so now just because it goes from them to me, I also have to pay taxes on it, even though they just did. And then not only that, but anytime I spend one of those $500, I'm going to also pay another tax fee on whatever item I'm buying. And then whoever I bought the item from will have to pay taxes on the money they just earned from what I bought. So, like, so every single dollar, like, if a dollar is 100 cents, hold on. Just forget it.
Hey, are the Zoomers waking up? Are the TikTok generationers? Is that generationers? Is that a word? What do we call them, Jake? Jake the millennial. We call them now the 16-year-olds, 15, 16-year-olds. We call them Zoomers. Zoomers. Is that TikTokers? I like TikTokers. The TikTok generation. Anyway, there's one of the TikTok generation right there, probably 15, 16 years old. Questioning how we're being taxed so much and how taxation works and asking these questions. My question is, shouldn't we be teaching this all in your classrooms that you should know instead of going to TikTok and finding out and having this realization for yourself? I'm just asking.
Number 2.
Nobody cares about. Let's be honest. Nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. Okay, you bring it up because you really care, and I think that's nice that you care. The rest of us don't care. I'm just telling you a very hard.
Wait, you're saying you personally don't care?
I'm telling you a very hard, ugly truth. Okay, of all the things that I care about, yes, it is below my line. Okay, of all the things that I care about, it is below my line.
Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Just ignore this. Yesterday night, a billionaire tech entrepreneur, big donor to the Democrat Party, and part owner of the NBA's Golden State Warriors, issued a statement claiming that he was upset that he came across on a podcast maybe the wrong way. That was what he said. Basically, on an episode of All In Podcast, he claimed that the U.S. didn't have moral authority to speak out against the Chinese Communist Party's human rights abuses due to American prison conditions and other problems, and pretty much saying when it comes to the Uyghurs there in China, those that are in concentration camps and slave labor and the like, it's like, yeah, you know what? Don't care. Yeah, just really don't care. What?
Number 1.
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
We have to go back in time. We can't look back at Martin Luther King Day 2022 without remembering the very interesting, confusing, wrong, frightening words of the President of the United States in 2020 as that video surfaced once again to ask that question. On the campaign trail in June of 2020, did Joe Biden actually claim that Martin Luther King Jr.'s death didn't make as much of an impact as the death of George Floyd? Yeah, I did.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
No worries, though. Nothing to worry about. He gets a pass. All of this. It's nothing. It's fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. Everything is great. I mean, as the president of the United States likes to say.
True international average of pressure.
And really, if you can't say that, then what does that say about you? Because if you can't figure out what that's all about, then how can you figure out what the president said in 2020 with regard to Martin Luther King Jr.'s death and not having as much of an impact as the death of George Floyd? Just putting that out there because, there are things that we just have to ask. Nancy Pelosi wants everybody to believe that Thomas Jefferson and George Washington are in tears right now because they don't like the fact that there's a filibuster and that the minority in the Senate may actually have a voice and a say in the policies and the politics of the day. And when Democrats have that, they're okay with it. But when they don't like something and they don't have the power that they think they have, then they want to change all the rules because, that's what Democrats do. It's just Democrats democrating. So we have that issue. We have certainly the Mike Lindell issue, which is big, right? The cancel culture that is out there that still exists, even though it's not in the headlines. There is something very important about that because where you may look at Mike Lindell and say, you know what, I understand, but I'm really sorry that's happening to you. You do understand that your politics are next, that we've all realized that. If there's something that we've realized after the 2020 election is that your politics are in play all the time, that there are people, individuals, and businesses that are going to have your politics in play as we speak. You know it. You've probably been affected by it yourself. And how elections have consequences both ways. Unfortunately, they have consequences in 2020 and what took place, and even some of the things locally, if you want to talk about school board races and statewide, some of the things that have happened, some good, some bad. But ultimately, 2022 comes around, and that's where changes can take place. And to stop some of these things from happening. The taxes kid is something that is remarkable to me because it really is a reflection on how a child can go onto TikTok and ask a question that really needs to be asked about where our tax dollars are going, how many times we are taxed, and then ultimately to not be, you would assume she didn't know this, to not be in a classroom where we should be talking about this, how we are taxed, and then being able to have the discussion about where our taxes are going. How many times we are taxed through a pipeline when you think of on a wholesale level, on a retail level, on a personal level, business level, as you go right through all the taxation that takes place, and then you want to ask the question, hey, where's all the money going? Oh, no, it's important that we have that money because we've got things to do. We've got roads to build and bridges to build upon. Really? Is that okay? I got other questions. I got more questions about the tax dollars. You got to spend every drop of it? Hey, do you have enough? Have you overspent? I mean, see, these are the things that you would assume would be discussed in classrooms across the country. In detail and at length, as opposed to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's where we need to be. Like, we've got to get rid of stoplights and traffic signals and expiring vehicle registrations, the concerns over that, and maybe technical violations like or things hanging from your rearview mirror or bicycle helmet violations because, equity, like they're doing in Seattle. But you should care about that because if you think, well, we don't live in Seattle, Drew, why are you even talking about that? Because there are Democrats in this state and there are people who are looking at equity like it's being taught to your kids in school. Diversity, equity, inclusion. It's part of the big three. Diversity, equity, inclusion. That your kids are being taught that equity is important. And when you think of equity, who's being affected by this? And what are some of the things that we can do? And how that affects us long-term, how it affects our safety and security. Yeah, it means something because if people are not going to be ticketed for violations of things that are simple, like an expired or missing vehicle registration or even a bicycle helmet violation or technical violations of things that are laws, then those things being left alone will lead to other things that will affect our safety and security, because then there'll be next steps of things that will not be prosecuted to the point where things get out of control. It's the broken windows theory all over again. The broken windows theory. I'm sure many people know the broken windows theory, which is that if you do not have any implications of petty crimes, if there is no implication, if there's no violation, if there's no arrest or ticketing of petty violations, simple things, disorders, petty crimes like graffiti or vandalism or just windows that are broken in a building, that if you don't do anything to fix those broken windows, then ultimately more windows break. And then ultimately because they are left uncontested, they metastasize into bigger things like robberies and rapes and murders. And in New York City, it was proven to be true. When broken windows policies were put into place in New York City, and under Rudy Giuliani as the governor of New York, and under Bill Bratton, who was the police commissioner at the time, bringing down murders in the city, it's unbelievable numbers because of this. Annually, they were having something like 2,300 murders a year in New York City, and they brought it down to something like, I want to say, they brought it down to like the lowest level since the 60s, but I want to say that it was something in the 600s. And then ultimately, even further out, I think in 2012 or 2013, don't quote me, it was like 300 murders in the city of New York. So ignoring these little, what we call quote unquote petty things that affect us, if you ignore it, it's no big deal. No, they become bigger deals. And then ultimately, how you have an owner of an NBA team who is not affected by and doesn't care about what is happening with the Uyghurs in communist China, that on his list of things that he cares about, it's at the lowest of the rungs of things that he's concerned about on that ladder. And many people ask, well, that's interesting, being an owner, an NBA owner, and the connections there in China, and how nobody wants to speak ill of China. I mean, it's a big market. There's a lot of money, and we don't want to talk ill. No, we don't want to say bad things. And he's even admitting what many people have said. He's saying the quiet part out loud, which is the money and the market is more important to you than the human rights violations and the extermination of and the deaths of and the slavery of individuals in communist China. And we should care more about it, especially when it comes to an Olympics that's coming up, where we're just going to get out there and, NBC is going to have a ball with this. You better believe it. We're going to be, it's like the pomp and everything, and the flags and the cheering, and this is exciting in China. Because that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. Glenn Beck is next. Have a fantastic day. We will see you hopefully warmer tomorrow. Actually, I'm warming up in here. I might need to take the turtleneck off. Although, I don't know how warm it is right now, if it's warming up, and what it's going to be like tomorrow. Casey Sherman, though, she's got our forecast for today. Let's see what's going on right now.
Get ready for a beautiful late January day of weather after the chilly start that we had today. Temperatures for most areas only managing to